The book Psycho-Cybernetic by Maxwell, there is a story that I find extremely interesting. It's the story of a salesman that is being employed in a firm. So the firm employs this like one salesman, and the firm got like multiple territories, some that are like smaller and poorer, and some that are like big and rich, etc., to sell to basically. And so the salesman, because he's new, he gets attributed to the smallest, poorest territory. And at the end of the year, the salesman makes $5,000 at the end of the year in like sale in total, etc., which is very good apparently for the company, for like that territory. So the company gets happy. He moves the salesman to a bigger and larger territory, and the salesman makes $5,000 at the end of the year. I don't know why, right? It's like shocking, right? Because the territory is like larger and richer, etc. So the salesman should make more money, but no, he still makes $5,000 at the end of the year. The company moves into like an even bigger and larger territory, and the salesman still makes $5,000 at the end of the fucking year, right? And so the company gets like furious, and it moves the salesman to like the same poor and small territory, and he still makes $5,000 at the end of the fucking year. And so it was not the territory. In the story, it explained, Maxwell, the author, explained that it was not the sort of territory or the salesman in itself. The problem was his self-image, because the salesman saw himself as the $5,000 per year, $5,000 per year salesman. And so every single territory he went to sell, he got attributed to, he made more or less $5,000 per year. It was not his skills, it was not the territory that he was into, it was not the environment, it was not the firm, it was his self-image. So why am I telling you the story? Because it actually links very well to the topic of like mental health, self-image. Because what about you, bro? What if your self-image, what if you got beliefs about yourself that are actually causing you to feel worse mentally? Because from what I can tell you from my experience, when I was in first year of high school, I was 15 years old, I was lonely as fuck, no girls, no male friend, nothing. All bad habits, watching porn, junk food, like eating junk food every single day, spending hours in front of the fucking screen on social media. Bro, my screen time was probably like fucking 10 hours a fucking day, and I was in school, right? So I don't know how I fucking made this shit, but from what I can tell you for a fact that at that time when I felt the worst mentally, I was at my lowest point when it comes to mental health. My belief about myself were shit. I'm telling you, I can remember a story when I used to do like this very weird habit, which is like I would like lay down on my bed. I would listen to like, you know, like some like sad love songs, etc., like music like that. I would listen to like fucking Juice WRLD and XXXTentacion. And I remember the same thought that I used to have, which were like literally like, bro, I'm so fucking ugly. I'm not going to get girls. I'll never be able to, like, I don't deserve love in my life. My parents hate me, etc. All of those things, all of those like, you know, those affirmations that I was telling about myself, all of those like cruel thoughts that my brain like was generating to myself. No wonder, bro, my self-image was shit, right? I literally used to see myself as like someone who's fucking depressed, someone who doesn't even deserve love in his fucking life. Like, how fucking crazy is this shit, bro? Right? And so I can tell you, from the moment that I started to investigate mental health and more like self-image, all of those things, I actually started to view myself way more better. It's not some like positivity bullshit, yeah bro, just love yourself, etc. It's like some tools, some tactics that literally help me have a better self-image and have more self-love, right? Because you always heard, oh yeah bro, love yourself, etc. There's like this fucking body positivity bullshit. Yeah bro, love yourself at every size. It's fucking bullshit, first of all. Like, for men, I don't know for women, for men it's fucking bullshit, bro. Like, body positivity is fucking bullshit. I don't believe in this shit. But there are actually tools to improve your self-image. There are tools that will improve your self-image, and if you improve your self-image and your self-image is just better, you see yourself better, you respect yourself more, and you get more self-love, which again is like, will directly improve your mental health, bro. So it's literally a win-win for everyone, basically. If you improve your mental health, everything else improves, literally. So it's fucking crazy. You will stop doing the bad habits. You'll stop doing the bad habits as much as possible because you have more respect for yourself. If you have more respect for yourself, you will just like be able to talk to more people because like you respect yourself and you want people to hear you, right? So it's it's crazy how improving my self-image helped me in my mental health. So there are 3 tools that I can give you that will drastically improve your self-image and thus your mental health. The first thing is like self-improvement, stacking achievements, having proof in real life that you are better, that you're improving yourself. Second tool is our visualizations, and third tools are actually affirmations. Affirmation, but in the way that I do it, which is not fucking cringe and bullshit. I am confident. No, we are not going to do that in this fucking video. So the first tool, like I told you, self-improvement and stacking achievements. I'm going to give you, with visualization and affirmations, things to improve on, tactics that you can do. But the biggest thing that will improve your self-image is actually just, you going outside, doing the things, right? Because there are many people who just do affirmations. They're like, yeah, I am rich, I am confident, I am happy. But they don't make any fucking progress. Why? Because they don't do the fucking work. I want to make like this clear. Improving your self-image is incredible, but you are not exempt from the work. If you improve your self-image into someone who is happy and confident, etc., okay, that's fantastic, but you still have to do the good habits. You still have to go outside in the gym, in the environment, and speak to people. You still have to go outside and cold approach some girls, you know what I mean? You still have to do the good habits like meditation, gratitude journaling, the things that I talk about in my videos. You still have to do all of the good mental health habits. You still have to get away from the bad habits to actually feel better mentally, right? Improving your self-image is a fantastic boost, and you should do it. If otherwise I would not make a fucking video about it. But you must do the work. You must still do the work whilst you're improving your your self-image. I'm sorry. So to improve your mental health, still do the work, still go outside and speak to people, still go into the good habits, like meditation, gratitude journaling, taking a walk, being in nature like I am right now. Still get away from the bad habits like porn, alcohol, drugs, junk food, etc., social media that are fucking up your brain and your dopamine, okay? So just keep doing the work, and whilst you do the work, you improve your mental health. And of course, when you do the work and you get achievements, your self-image literally improves by itself, basically. Because imagine if you don't really consider yourself as like someone who is like social, for example, but then the next day you go to the gym and you end up speaking to a random guy, and you plan together like a workout together. Well, suddenly your self-image is going to be like, oh yeah, well shit, I'm actually pretty social. I spoke to this guy and I organized like a bit of an event with him, right? Before that, I used to consider myself as like basically a fucking social autist. But then I started to go to the gym, I started to speak to some people there, etc. I started to even speak to some girls there, right? And I was like, I was feeling good, etc. And I ended up like making friends in school, and we ended up doing a workout together. So then I was like, oh shit, like I am like a social initiator, you know what I mean? I am like, the one who goes outside, speak to people, try to organize some plan, and I still view myself as someone like that, right? Literally, like in the gym today, before recording this video this morning, I literally spoke to a guy and I was like, oh, like, is that you? Like, I think your name is like Leo or some shit like that. And the guy was like, oh yeah, bro, like, yeah, you're Tom, etc. And like, that was so cool, etc. I ended up like having a bit of like a talk with him, etc. It was fucking awesome, man. So literally, if you do the achievement, if you do the habits and you do the work, and then you start getting some results, your self-image will increase naturally. So that was the first tool. Do the self-improvement habit, go outside, still do the work, stack achievements, and your self-image, will improve automatically. The second tool, like I told you, are visualizations. Visualization are so powerful. I do them like almost automatically all the time, and the way they work is so fucking incredible. I remember seeing a study of like 3 groups shooting like into a basketball loop. There are one group that are not doing anything, so they don't even shoot the loops, they're just doing nothing. The second group is practicing 20 minutes a day shooting the ball into like the basketball loop. And the third group is visualizing them shooting in the basketball loop for like 20 minutes a day. And at the end, all of the groups go together and they count how many balls they achieve to get in the loop. The first group, they do nothing, they have like the same low results. The second group, I believe they get like 30% more of the ball that are in the loop. And the third group, the one that are only visualizing like training in their head, not even shooting the ball in real life, but in their head for like a few minutes a day, they actually have the same performance as the second group who practice for 20 minutes a day every single day, actually shooting the fucking basketball loop into the loop, right, into the basket, right? So it's fucking crazy. Like this study like literally just opened my eyes, and I was like, bro, fucking hell, like visualization literally fucking work, right? It gets like so much shit online of people saying like, oh yeah, visualization, affirmation, it doesn't fucking work. Those people haven't even fucking like, they haven't even tried visualization, right? When you visualize something, it's like you get some like extra training in your head, right? The same thing, for example, like a professional athlete would go and train for hours a day and still like train intensely, like physically. When the athlete is like not training and he's like resting, recovering, he's training in his head, right? So the way that we can improve that we can implement that for us is like, before you go to the gym, just visualize yourself speaking to like a random guy. Visualize yourself just like seeing a guy in the gym, walking up to him, fist bump him and saying like, oh yeah bro, what are you doing right now? What are you just visualize yourself being social. If for people that like doing like cold approaches, like I try to do cold approaches, before you cold approach a girl, visualize you like actually succeeding and you getting the number of the girl, right? And it's like, it's preparing you, it's like a warm-up, and you feel when it's the moment, you actually feel like way more at ease. You feel it's like way easier to just go out and like speak to people when you visualize yourself like speaking to more people in this example. So it's really crazy. So I want you to like, before you go outside, before you go to the gym, for example, before you're trying to do anything, to be honest, do like a few seconds of like visualization of you literally just imagine in your head like the scenario of you doing the thing right? Do not imagine yourself like failing, of course, right? Because we want to have like a benefit, a positive in our life. Don't imagine yourself failing. Don't visualize like the failure. Visualize the success. You visualize yourself speaking to the girl. Visualize yourself tracking your macros and doing like a good workout. Visualize yourself meditating, reading a book for hours a day, whatever you want. Visualize the success. And it's like warm up. It's like a training in your mind, and this will greatly improve. It will really help you with like your self-image and to do the work, which will again improve your self-image as well. And the last tool that I want to talk to you about are affirmations, but not like affirmations that you've heard about, like, oh yeah, I am really confident, I am like really rich. No, bro, like this shit is just fucking cringe, and it doesn't fucking work. It's just like fucking full delusion. We're not trying to be fucking delusional there. We're just trying to have a better mental health and a better self-image. The way that I like to do affirmations is by, rather than just affirming, oh yeah, I am a confident, no. It's by reminding myself of some good shit that I did in the past. So for example, I could say to you, oh yeah, like I am a social guy because look, like in the, this morning I spoke to a guy, right? I spoke to a guy and I was pretty social. I was like feeling good in the gym. I had like a nice workout, right? So I'm like a social guy, you know what I mean? I am, I could tell to you, oh yeah, I'm a guy who takes really good care of his mental health because I meditate every single day. I do gratitude journaling every single day. I try to get away as much as possible from the bad habits. I do like walks for like 1 or 2 hours every single day. I take care of like my mental health. I journal. I express gratitude to the people that I love. I try to improve my social life and my dating life. Like I'm a guy who takes care of his mental health. I am a guy who has good mental health. And suddenly it doesn't feel cringe as fuck, right? It doesn't feel cringe like, oh yeah, I am really happy. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, oh, I am really happy. Like, it's just fucking cringe, bro. Suddenly it's like, oh yeah, like I can say with confidence that I am this person because look, here's a thing that I did. Here's a proof that I am actually, like, I don't know, social, happy, confident, attractive. I don't know, whatever you want, right? Use anything that you can, right? You're not like a complete failure in life, so you probably did some like good things here and there, right? For example, if you were in school and you made your guys, I don't know, your friends or a girl laugh, for example, you can say, oh yeah, well, I'm a pretty funny guy because look, like when I was in school, I used to be like the funny guy, I used to make some jokes, etc. I'm a pretty funny guy actually. And this already like reshapes your self-image like way better. Like I told you in like the number 1 tool, you must go outside and actually do the work. And if you do the work, this gives you like material for your affirmations actually. So you can genuinely be like, oh yeah, well, I'm a fucking athlete. I'm a guy that goes to the gym because look, like I'm tracking my macros, I'm trying to improve my sleep, I'm going to the gym and I'm pushing like really hard, right? I'm going to the gym 6 times a fucking week, bro. So obviously I am a fucking athlete. I am a guy that goes to the gym. Can you see like how my self-image is being changed because of that? So I really hope that those 3 tools will really help you improve your self-image. Go and read the book Psycho-Cybernetics by like Maxwell. Okay, go and read the fucking book Psycho-Cybernetics. Maybe I have it up on screen already. I don't know. Go read the book Maxwell Psycho-Cybernetics. It's fucking crazy, bro. Thank you very much.